This video is going to cover how to finalize the addition of an item to your e-commerce. We've already covered the title, the description, and your categories. Now, another very important part of this will be these subcategories of what you need to fill in. If I do not cover it, do not worry about it. So, the most important thing is it will automatically be selected as a simple product. I would leave it as that for the time being, so don't worry about changing that. And in this case, if it was virtual and no downloadable, which I don't think you have, disregard that. Now, at this point, the regular price of the item should be entered here. So for instance, if it's $25, put it in as follows, disregard a $sign, leave it as this. And then if you want to, if it is a sale item, which in this case I would recommend doing because it just helps with conversion, you can then put in the sale item price is 20. And what this will do is two things. One, on the front end, the consumer will see that the item is on sale, and two, we'll be able to select sale items, quote unquote, and they will be able to select that section in its entirety and put it. But that's up to you. It's not imperative to do so, but if you don't, leave that blank. Now, what we will be doing is at this point, it's up to you, but inventory, I don't think we will be using. Shipping, I don't think we will be using at this point, and I will be covering that in person. And then once this is here, the most important thing is just generally the price, and then the rest we're going to leave as is for right now. And then what's most important too is product tags is just kind of more for fun. It's not something that you have to do, nor does it pull from a database. This is just stuff for SEO. So you can then now reiterate things that you may have already talked about. Hairbrushes, you can then go ahead and hit anything you want. The sky's the limit. Have a blast. There's no rules, there's no rhythm. Just add product tags that happen to be what this is about, what it does, etc. Now, once that's done, you will then be able to hit enter. They'll take effect right away. And then the most important is now a product image. This is where you will be setting the product image from the database that I've already set up for you. And when you hit set product image, you will click on media library. You will not be selecting these images unless it's not there. But in this case, for what we will initially be working on, you will click media library. I will have already loaded all the photos that we had selected earlier, and you will then be able to look through them and say, that's the item. Once it's selected, I would like you to please put in what the title is again here, and that's going to be huge for SEO purposes. So if you could put in what the item is, I would not put the item number, but if you would like to, you could put the item number, but this is more for helping Google find what this is, and item numbers don't pertain to Google, that pertains to a person. So I would suggest title. Then once that's selected, you can disregard caption. You could, if you would like, use the same title in the alt attribute text. That's another piece of advice. You don't have to. This is most imperative. This is kind of secondary, but I like to do that. So you can literally, whatever you put here, copy and then paste. Disregard description. Once that's done, you'll hit set product image. It will load. Disregard if it looks funky here. This is once again going to be our see-through imagery on the front end. That's selected. I don't want to do product gallery yet. We can look into that further down the road, but that's if we had more than one image. We could put 4 or 5, and those 4 or 5 images would then pull. At this point, I think we're just working with one product image per. And then most importantly too, at the very bottom, as you can see, things kind of went from head to toe. The product short description. You could just as easily, whatever you put here, select, copy and paste, and slap it right back in here, and this is just going to be for some additional SEO purposes. You can disregard any ad media because once again it's going to pull from here. But once that's set, most importantly, finally, you're going to hit publish. It will automatically get saved to the database, thus allowing us to make changes and edits at that point. So if for some reason you didn't calibrate the category specifically enough, and or we want to work on the shipping, etc., which we will be covering, that's okay. So don't think that once it's published, it's set in stone. It's all editable, and you should be good. So I hope this was helpful.